Crews in Colorado Springs have cleared about 1,000 cubic yards of trash, about 300 tons, during a two-day cleanup of illegal campsites across the city. This amount of waste is enough to cover a basketball court with 6 feet of trash. Fox 21's Austin Sack has more on what else police found and how local agencies are working to create a pathway out of homelessness.
Scott, today's cleanup focuses on the Greenway and Midland trails and helping the unhoused community in the area, as well as keeping the trails clean and safe for our community. The team says they are holding people accountable for leaving hazards like used needles, glass, and bodily fluids along the trails. While homeless advocacy groups say the cleanup is not addressing what is causing the problem in the first place.
There's a lot of hazards, sadly, in a lot of these camps, needles specific. 5
agencies in Colorado Springs joining forces for a large-scale cleanup of illegal homeless camps.
With the primary goal of, let's see what we can do to help them, but at the same time, if they don't want the help, we hold them accountable and we'll cite them accordingly.
During the 2-day cleanup, the Colorado Springs Homeless Outreach Team made 5 felony arrests, 60 misdemeanor arrests, and issued 9 trespassing citations.
So it's good to get them off the street and get them where they need to go so they can start the healing process and getting, maybe back into a lifestyle that keeps them from recommitting crimes, things like that.
But not everyone is on board. The Colorado Springs Homeless Union is a nonprofit organization dedicated to making sure everyone has a home. When the cleanups began, they went on Facebook to voice their concerns and say, quote, "These idiots think this will fix the problem. They've been doing this for years, and it's only gone worse."
We're doing everything we can there, but there's so many times, sadly, that they just refuse that help. And there's a lot of different excuses, and some I think might be even fairly valid excuses, but in general, they just prefer to be out here, and it's easier to get to the drugs out here, sadly, and many of them have told us that as well.
While the Springs Rescue Mission isn't necessarily in support of the camp cleanups, they recognize it can help create a pathway out of homelessness.
I know that the city has a compassionate heart for individuals, and they want to do the best things for individuals who are experiencing homelessness. And so, we empathize with all the hard decisions that have to be made to care for an entire community.
The Springs Rescue Mission takes pride in its 450-bed capacity and the many services it offers, including being open 24/7, 365 days a year, and never turning anyone away.
We want to help people find a pathway out of here, back into the community, back into jobs.
Although the city has finished the cleanups for now, police are asking the community to stop giving items like tents to those without housing because it can encourage illegal camping. Instead, they recommend donating to organizations like the Springs Rescue Mission, which provides resources needed to help individuals transition out of homelessness. Scott, back to you.
Some good information. Thank you, Austin.